While the two district court judges are still here, are there any questions for either of them? Yeah.
Sure, I thought it was interesting that you said you enforce the law. Isn't technically enforcement of the law part of the executive branch? Does not, when you say that, and maybe it's just a misunderstanding on my part, it seems like there is, it implicates a separation of powers doctrine and the non-delegation. So I wanted to just clarify what you said about that.
Yeah, that's if you believe that I'm acting in the executive role, I'm acting in the roles of judiciary to make sure that in the courtroom that the principles and rule of law are enforced. So that's what I do there. I'm going to make sure that your rights are protected there. So I'm going to enforce that. Now, yeah. What you're talking about, am I going to patrol and be a law enforcement officer going out trying to find crimes? I don't do that. That's a separate
I understand
part.
that. When you said that, it just caused me to say, wait a minute, I just wanted to get explanation from you what you meant by that.
So we're talking about you have to enforce the law in the court and make sure that it's followed.
You're talking about procedural then, more so, or?
Well, it's not just procedure.
Okay,
I'm going to make sure that the law is correctly followed. So I don't mean to argue with you. I think probably we're talking about the same thing. You're just not liking the
No. Well, I wanted to clarify that because you also said you do a lot with family law. And in family law, I've had attorneys and judges have told me that is the wild, wild west of the law. And there's a lot of complaints about family law, whether constitutional protections actually exist within family law. And I know sometimes, like say, for example, with divorce that you mentioned, if there's no transgression, if it is a forced divorce, how is a person's constitutional right to due process and equal protection, contractual obligations, right, religious liberty? There's a whole bunch of problems with unilateral divorce.
So you know, the legislature set those out, and so if you have a disagreement with how the law relates in those family law cases, you can talk to your representative and get those laws changed. We have to enforce those laws as they're written,
even if they violate the Constitution.
No, that's very different. That's not what you said.
No, that is what I'm asking.
Yeah, if someone brings up a constitutional violation, that's something we have to determine, and we have to follow it. And the Court of Appeals judges may probably speak a little bit more from that perspective to you, because that's where it gets appealed up from us if we do that, and we'll overrule that or not overrule that. So.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean let's.
Very good.
Yeah. Good
Anything
stuff.
else?